It's 2:45 a.m., and I'm half awake, coffee in hand, keys in the ignition, and then that roar. My truck screams like someone just hit the nitrous. Heart pounding, I jerk the key out and jump down to check the underside. My catalytic converters are gone. Someone stripped them right off. And here's the thing, they weren't even good ones. They were hollowed out years ago. Worthless. But it wasn't about money. It was the feeling. Someone had brazenly invaded my space, tampered with my pride, disrupted my peace. That gut punch of violation, dirty, disrespectful. Yet the rage I felt was quiet, simmering, almost cold. I didn't call the cops. Nope, not yet. I called my friend in code enforcement and told him I was going to retaliate, but smartly, legally. I told him about the Crown Vic, the old police cruiser, beaten to hell. No plates, no insurance, broken taillights, and a sound system so loud it rattles bones. 2 local punks drove it, always parked near a chicken joint, smoking like they owned. The street, everyone knew them. Everyone hated them. But this time, I had proof from a neighbor's camera. 2 silhouettes, tools in hand, crawling under my truck in the dead of night. I recorded it, timestamp on full display. This wasn't random. This was personal. I remember replaying it again. And again. Their faces obscured by hoodies. But that posture, the confident swagger, the belief they were untouchable. I clenched my jaw reading the timestamp. 2:12 a.m. My sleep-addled mind turned on with blinding clarity. I felt every inch of betrayal. These kids thought they were getting away with something. They thought that because they stomped around my hood all day, they could steal from me without consequences. And they were wrong. The plan was simple. No threats, no confrontation, no mess. But justice served cold and legal. My friend tapped his sources. We discovered the Crown Vic was unregistered since 2011, tagged to someone else. Perfect. It was 15 years overdue for the junkyard. I napped the next morning, watch for the car, then tow it legally as a nuisance vehicle, create paperwork. Feed evidence into the system. I wanted them to feel the cold shock of seeing their own ride get shredded, not mine. And I wanted them to realize that messing with me, well, it'd take more than sheep bolts to break me. A day later, the Crown Vic appeared idling like a dying animal in a quiet side street. My blood ran hot. I texted my friend. Now, he green-lit it. I got the tow truck there before they realized. The winch hooked, the old cruiser lifted, and drove straight to the impound yard. It felt surreal, like I was undoing their crimes. With each click of the chain, they lost access to their ride, their freedom to idle around, their swagger. At the impound yard, cops ran the ving. Every rule they broke. Check, check, check. No plates, no insurance, no valid registration, now technically abandoned property. The police signed off. Tow it to the junkyard, issue a certificate of destruction, make it disappear. I left that morning with a sense of quiet victory. No shouting matches, no fists, no arrests. I'd done it clean, legal, smart, final, but the revenge had more to come. A few days later, I got word. Those 2 punks were scurrying around town, pissed off and confused. They thought it was a prank, like a buddy stole the keys for laughs. But the lock was so worn, it would turn with any key. Their ride was gone. They finally tracked it to the junkyard. That's where the show started. I wished I could have been there. Instead, I heard through my friend about the scene. One trying to distract the yard manager, another trying to hotwire it, only to discover the drive shaft had been cut. No traction, no movement, just frozen panic on their faces. Cops showed up, arrested them for attempted theft, and the yard ran the crane. They lifted the Crown Vic, twisted it like tin foil, tore panels apart, snapped wires. I got a video of the demolition metal flaking, glass shattering, hydraulic claws ripping it to scrap. They watched their ride die. I watched them fail. Watching their car get shredded felt like poetic justice. That low hum of their music, their loud exhaust, their slick talk all gone, replaced by a crane tearing apart their pride. The pinnacle of legal revenge. I felt a release in my chest, a calm confidence wash over me. I had won, silently, thoroughly. And the best part? They lost everything they used to intimidate people around me. Now they were grounded, literally, stuck without a ride or excuse. That evening, I drove by their trailer. They were inside, shadows behind curtains. Word was they hadn't shown their faces outside in days. And there it was, parked in the driveway. Another broken-down Jeep Liberty. No plates. I smiled. I'm in touch with the cops. It's only a matter of time until round 2. Justice, it seems, is a schedule-based event. In the quiet aftermath, my truck sits untouched in the driveway. I replaced the converters. I air-dried my sanity. I drank coffee outside at dusk, listening to normal engine hums of neighbors. I don't feel vindictive, just calm. And a small satisfaction. Sometimes revenge isn't noise, it's silence. It's a tow truck backed up quietly at dawn, a certificate filing that legally erases someone's pride, a criminal record stamped without a scuffle, and a Crown Vic shredded by. Machine, not malice. But it was impact enough. Those 2 punk kids learned that messing with someone isn't always met with fists. Sometimes it's bureaucracy. Sometimes it's purpose. Sometimes it's poetic torture. And always it's the law. But let me pause and reflect what made this work. First, calm clarity. I let my emotions fuel the plan, not hijack it. I didn't go wild. I didn't lash out. I channeled everything into something smarter. Second, patience. I didn't confront them that night. I waited. I watched the car idle. I called the tow. I worked with officials. I did it right. Third, moral grounding. No brutality, no eggs smashed. On their door, no threats delivered at gunpoint. It was justice, sweet justice. Legal, documented justice. Legally sound. Morally clean. Because sometimes the best revenge is the one so clean, it can't be argued with. And one day soon, when that Jeep shows on the street, I'll call it in. Another tow. Another certificate. Another lesson. I'm not a vigilante. I just believe in proportionate consequences delivered intelligently, not emotionally. All of us know the sting. Someone walks into our lives or our space and takes something precious. It might be a thing like a truck part, or it might be trust, respect, opportunities. When that happens, we're justified in feeling rage. But how we respond defines us. Do we explode? Do we go legal? Do we plan, wait, and let law enforce? I chose the last. Because law is a tool sharp, objective, surgical. It doesn't get messy. It doesn't slide into jail time for petty theft. It strips away privilege, ownership, arrogance, and forces change. And what did those 2 punks learn? That your ride can be stripped not in a drive-by, but in a hold the phone, call to code enforcement. That their swagger means nothing when the system swoops in. Block 9, approximately 340 words. If you've ever fantasized about serving justice, whether someone cheated you, bullied you, or hurt someone, you love this story. Shows revenge doesn't need drama. It can be quiet. It can be bold. It can be real. And it's most powerful when it's justified, when there's evidence, and when the law backs you, not because you're lucky, but because you're smart. That Crown Vic didn't die in anger. It died with order. It died with barrels of paperwork and a toe slip. And those two kids are living a lesson. Justice doesn't have to roar. Sometimes it hums in the early morning, behind the scenes, wrapped in bureaucracy. Block 10, approximately 320 words. In closing, I want to say, don't let disrespect slide. Protect your boundaries, but choose your battles and your tools with wisdom. If they hit you, respond, but respond smart. Build calm fire under control. Use systems. Use law. Use time. Use patience. Use evidence. If you have a camera, use it. If you have proof, hold it. Call the right friends. Build the right plan. And when justice arrives, let it land sharp. You'll feel the calm after the storm, guiding your chest and whispering, I did this right. Block 11, approximately 330 words. Now, I want to hear your stories. Maybe you got revenge by calling code, or fixing a door, or shutting off the Wi-Fi. Whatever you did, you struck back. Share it. Drop a comment. Let us celebrate the clean victories, the ones delivered with silence, logic, and dignity. Don't let the narrative be only about fists or vandalism. Show us how smart works, and let this be a lesson. Karma doesn't always punch. Sometimes it submits paperwork, and sometimes it crushes a Crown Vic with bureaucratic precision. So hit that like button if this story gave you chills of satisfaction. Smash subscribe so you don't miss more hidden revenge sagas. And share this video with someone who's ever felt wronged, so they can know there's a path beyond fists, beyond threats, beyond revenge porn. There's a path guided by law, smarts, grace, and the quiet satisfaction of watching someone pay for their stupidity. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.